Hello, what is going on? We are here on my restaurant, as you can see. Today, I have a leak, I think, for my restaurant. It's an interesting concept, and even if it's not for my restaurant, it is still a really cool idea for them to actually bring it to the game. So, before we get into it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment what you think about this entire thing. But before I actually show you, let me go show you this thing on the map that some of you might not actually even know, okay, but this is a secret. As you can see, boom, there's a pet image up there, because Pet Simulator was a game that the people who created my restaurant, they created Pet Simulator. So I believe that Pet Simulator no longer is a thing, like they no longer update it or anything. I think 1 and 2 they discontinued it, I'm pretty sure. And look, they've added this. Why would they add this to the game? You know, it's kind of weird, and people have been speculating for a long time. Some people thought, you know, maybe they would add pets to the game, but now Preston has tweeted out something quite interesting that I'm going to show you right now, and it is pretty cool. So, as you can see, Preston tweeted out arcade machine coming next update. Now, what's interesting about this is initially I thought when I saw this was for Pet Simulator. But people have been telling me that Pet Simulator 2 and 1 have been discontinued and they no longer get updates. That's what I've just been told by quite a lot of people who are on my Discord. People have been saying and messaging me saying Pet Sim 1 and 2 no longer gets updates. So this is why I think it's a leak for the game, but I could be mistaken. This could potentially be an update for Pet Simulator, but I'm pretty confident it's for my restaurant, but I could be wrong. And even if it is for Pet Simulator and not for my restaurant, this would still be a really cool thing that they probably will add to my restaurant very soon. Because, I mean, let's be honest, if they've made Pet Simulator, then they probably are going to be adding a similar thing, because this would really work in my restaurant. It's kind of annoying because he doesn't say which game it's for, but it kind of indicates for my restaurant because he's saying it's coming next update, and you wouldn't say next update to a game you haven't updated in months, right? Pet Simulator hasn't been updated in months, so that's why I'm thinking it's for my restaurant. But then he's got these pets on the side of it. It looks like for Pet Simulator, but it is just a confusing thing. But I'm pretty sure this is for my restaurant. If it goes to the next tweet, some guy actually replied, this is what I was going to do, but then someone already beat me to it. In what game? My restaurant or what? Or Pet Sim or Pet Sim 2? And then another person tweeted out, sadly, Pet Sim 2 and 1 was discontinued. So apparently, Pet Sim or what? Pet Sim 2, Pet Sim 1 has been discontinued. So that's why I don't think it's a leak for that game. And also, here's a theory of someone that just randomly put this for the arcade machine. So he said, theory for arcade, you get to choose if you want double profits, VIP, celebrity, advertising campaign, and hyper stoves. Then the amount of score you get will be the amount of time or VIP celebrities. Just a theory. Okay, so that's quite interesting. So, I mean, that could work. So you got to think, you're playing on an arcade machine, and they'll be like, so once you first boot it up or whatever, you'll place it down in your restaurant, and then you'll get to choose out of like different menus of which one you want. So if you want, you know, celebrity customer to get more customers, or double profits, there'll be like 2 different buttons so you can choose. And then once you've chosen that, the amount of points you'll get on whatever game you're playing, that is how long you will have it for. So obviously maybe like 1 point is like 1 second or something, and then, you know, if you get like 1,000 points, that's 1,000 seconds, however long, you know, I don't know how many minutes are in 1,000 seconds, but so forth. And yeah, that would be an interesting way. The only problem is we don't know what sort of games or what they're going to be adding to it. And also, that's just a theory. We might not even be playing on the actual machine. It could just be, look, I'm hoping this is not what it is. I'm hoping that it's not something you just place down and your customers play on to get money, because I think that would be kind of a disappointment to me, because it would be sick if we could place it down and actually play it. But if it's a thing where customers, you know how like the gumball machine, you know, where they just come in, you place it down and they just walk up and buy it. It could just be something as simple as that, where a customer just comes up, pays the machine, stands there for like 5 seconds, and then walks away. Obviously, that would really suck compared to us being able to actually play it and getting extra awards, or, you know, getting like extra money. And one thing that's pretty cool about that is there's probably, if you can actually play the machine, which by the way, I just want to say real quick, this is all sort of leaks and theories, okay? This isn't 100% coming to the game. If I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not even 100% sure that that's a leak for my restaurant. I'm pretty sure it is, but it is so confusing how it's like saying next update, because my restaurant updates on Saturday, and then it's also got Pet Sim all over it. But there's Pet Simulator things, pictures on the My Restaurant map. So, I mean, you can't blame me for being confused if it's actually which game it is. And also, Preston didn't help because he didn't say. But yeah, anyway. Imagine that if this arcade game does come into the game, there will be like a high score. And there'll be like a separate leaderboard for that. Like, I'm just thinking of just like playing PacMan or something. Obviously, it won't be PacMan. It'll be like a similar sort of version of it. But it'll be like a My Restaurant custom themed, I'm guessing. Or like Pet Simulator themed. So, you know, like PacMan, instead of it being the yellow PacMan, it'll be like a pet, like a dog pet or something, chasing around like a chew dog toy or something pet themed. I'm guessing that's the sort of games it's going to be. Okay, so I've gotten some games that I think could possibly be played on the arcade machine if we can actually be able to play it in the future. Obviously, we don't know if this is a thing that the customers will use or if we can use to obviously get extra double money and celebrity customers and all of that good stuff. But here are some of the games I think would be pretty cool. Obviously, these won't be the actual games because they won't be able to add them because of copyright, but they can add like a similar thing to this that is, it'll be similar to the game, but it'll be like reskinned, if you know what I mean. So it'll be like a pet themed. So we'll start off with obviously the big one, PacMan. I mean, obviously everyone knows what PacMan is, right? There's no way no one knows what this is. But yeah, this will be, I mean, obviously this is like an arcade classic. If they're adding an arcade game, they've got to add some sort of PacMan themed. So like I said before, you know, they're obviously not going to do the same skins because they probably won't get the copyright for it. So what they'll probably do is instead of like a PacMan, they'll add like a pet sim, like a pet character as like a theme of it. So it'll be like a pet dog, and he'll be like chewing around, eating like dog biscuits or something, and then these will be like, I don't know, like an alligator or something chasing after the dog. Who knows? It'd be pretty cool though. Obviously, this is just a theory of just what games could be. And then we've got Snake, kind of a classic, you know, classic arcade game. Very simple, but this could be very easily something they could add on the arcade machine because it wouldn't even take that long to program this. And then obviously, you know, the higher, like, you know how these, you know, like these squares, maybe these are like a second, like every square you can get on your Snake, that'll be like a second extra towards whatever bonus you picked, or whatever, you know, whatever reward, if it gives you extra money or whatever, maybe the length of the Snake could be the value of your reward. And then obviously on next one, we've got Space Invaders. This one's big game as well. I don't know if this one will be added because you sort of got to shoot the ghosts. I don't know if this is something they want to add, but it's still cool, still a very popular type thing. And obviously this one's got lives and like a scoreboard, so if they were to add arcade games, maybe they could add like a scoreboard. And then like top 10, you know, as a top 10 for customers, maybe they can add a top 10 for the arcade. That'd be super sick. And then we've got Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong is interesting. It's a very hard game, but yeah, I mean, they could very easily add this as well. They just need to add, you know, that like big games Roblox character, they can have that as Donkey Kong, or the guy that's running up with a hammer. But yeah, I just thought I'd show this because I thought it was really interesting to see. And yeah, hopefully they do add this because this would be pretty cool in the game.